get F1 in quickly because you're about to get an invite. Just wait for the last couple. Looks like I might have to get our reserve standby guys in because our 2 reserves haven't turned up. Kev Citron and KD have not turned up. Not too sure why. Mind you, they've still got about 30 seconds.
Well, stick it on.
Yeah, get it in as quick as you can. It is now 7:30, so there we go. We're going to send invites to Bradfield and Jake the Slayer. First in, you get to pick your car, Mercedes or Renault.
I'll go Mercedes, I think. I'll take that.
I think Jake will be in first, though, because you're only just...
Yeah.
Nice man, obviously, we have got Bradfield with us. He's going to be getting in one of these reserve seats for us then to make it full grid. Look through the grid, we have got some debuts tonight in WNR. We've got Walker, who's going to be taking up a full-time Premier League seat with us next year. We've also got Emerson, the brother of last night's winner Ayrton. Ayrton won the championship race, 14th to P1, fantastic strategy. He had Emerson helping him along the way. Good to see. He's now going to make his debut, reserving for Williams tonight in the place of Clarkey. So Walker and Emerson there then. As we just wait for Jake the Slayer to fill in, who finished also on the podium last night in the championship, P3 in a Ferrari. And we wait for Jay Bradfield too, who's going to be taking up another seat. Jockey Hockey's one of them not racing tonight. We had arranged for KD to take over him as a reserve, but he's not turned up. And then for Renault, Irish isn't racing again tonight. We'd arranged for Kev Citron to reserve for him. And there we go, look, Bradfield and Jake the Slayer joined at the exact same time. Bradfield nicks the Mercedes just before, so Jake the Slayer is going to get in the Renault. He missed out by about a second there. There we go, and we are all ready to go. So let's ready up, everyone, and have a good one. We saw a bit of carnage last night, didn't we, in Mexico. So need to try and avoid the collisions as much as possible. I know it's difficult around a track like this. Chaz is in the comments then. Chaz, who's driving for Williams, he says, evening fellas, I tell you what, I really like the look of this grid today. And yes, I mean, we've still not got, I mean, Jockey Hockey is 5th in our standings. He's not racing. Clark, he's been at the top lately, he's not racing too. Irish New Potato's not there. And even still, this grid does look absolutely sensational, doesn't it? Look at the amount of pace with some of these drivers we've got today. Really, really looking forward to this race. It's going to be so quick. Q3, I think, is going to be absolutely incredible. Everyone knows that's my favourite part of the week when it comes to racing. It's Q3 in the Premier League because the pace you see is unbelievable. Just waiting for a few to ready up then, and then we'll get going with Q1. Look back in the comments, got Formula Moments saying, hey everyone, Formula Moments, obviously Jake the Slayer, he's going to be getting another run at it tonight, and he looked really strong in Mexico yesterday. He messaged me all day, whinging that he couldn't do it, rubbish track, can't stand it. It all went quiet when he got on the podium. Good to see he's back with us tonight. We've got Shadders in the comments too, who did both races with us yesterday. Shadders was 4th for, I think, Red Bull in the championship yesterday. He's saying, hello guys, best of luck everyone, hope it's better than last night. Yeah, last night we did have a couple of bumps, didn't we? At least Shadders got a good result. And there we go, it is dry, nice and sunny, and that is definitely a good thing around here. Wet around here really isn't going to be good. Not sure what it's going to be like for the race though. What's the weather forecast like for the race then, Justin, can you see?
They've got a black screen at the minute.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, there you go, that just proves this delay glitch for us, doesn't it? We're about 30 seconds into the session and the drivers aren't even in the session yet.
Right.
We've got Dylan in the comments saying, even lads, Dylan, another racer from last night who does both leagues for us. Emerson saying, not often I say this, but let's hope I can do as good as Ayrton did last night. Yeah, Ayrton, that's absolutely fantastic. I did say though for Mexico, you start on the hards outside the top 10 and you just keep it easy, stay out of the way of trouble, and you'll be in with a chance at the end. And Ayrton, he did that fantastically well. It's a good strategy round here. But yeah, good luck to Emerson. Hope he does well with us on his debut. Serious Mushroom says back of the grid for me. Even if he is at the back of the grid, we know Serious Mushroom's a contender from wherever he starts. I think he's been knocked out in Q1 quite a few times this season, Serious Mushroom, and he's still comfortably in P4 in the standings. He just manages to get points out of every race no matter what happens. He's got a new teammate tonight in Walker, another new reserve. I've heard that he's quick. I've not raced him personally, but I've heard that he's very quick. So looking forward to see what he can do today. And this is another one I want to watch out for, Nightwing in P5. He's been really quick in some quali performances over the season. Not managed to get it together for the races yet, although I think he did get a good P5 last week. Nightwing is amazing at this Mexico track. He loves it. So I'd definitely watch out for him today as well. He'd be my outside shot at pole position, Nightwing. I don't want to say that because he'll probably go and bin it into the wall twice last night. I think it was Harrison and McLaren. I was literally saying he was doing so well. And the second I said it, he picked up a penalty, cut the corner and went spinning out into the wall. So I've got to learn not to stop saying that because I just seem to jinx it for everyone. His teammate Farf as well. He's not got any points for shit in the standings, but he has only raced in one race, and that was last week, for AlphaTauri in Singapore. Here's going to be Bradfield. He's going to be first to start his lap. Whilst you're on board with Bradfield, have a quick look through the standings then. We have got Idenzo at the top then, after last week's win. All 5 races in October, Idenzo won, so he's P1 with 261 points. Siege has got 247, Cowie 219, so it's starting to spread out a little bit. And then it's big gap to Serious Mushroom with 136, big gap down to Jockey Hockey with 81, and then Clarkey with 77. Both not racing tonight, so a chance for Knowlesy in 7th to catch up. He's on 70. Sean, Rick and Crooksy make up the top 10, and at the moment the bottom 2 are Farf and Irish, who both got 0 points. Sully's only on 3, J Story on 5, Chaz are on 9. So they are the ones that need to pick up some points then, because there are only 6 races left. They're going to be under a bit of pressure if they can't pick up any points here. And this is a tidy lap so far from Bradfield. He's been practicing today, although he's lost the rear end a little bit there, hasn't he? Not going to be too quick here, but he's not invalidated at least. We saw it last night with a couple of drivers didn't get a time set to the last knock-in simply because they kept invalidating. Always good to get time on the board. 4 minute moments in the comments saying Walker top 5 easy. He must be quick then. Let's see what Bradfield does. He sets the benchmark for 1:15.1. Next up is going to be a Ferrari. I think it might be, is it Liam? It is Liam. See what he can do. It's a 1:15.1 as well for Liam, although he's slightly slower than Bradfield, so it must have been a good lap. And there's Nightwing then 4 tenths quicker than Bradfield. He takes P1. McLaren's up next. Tango is second, 1:14.9. Next up's a Red Bull just to start their lap. Other Mercedes is up next. It's Rick Dalton. Let's see what he can do. He's invalidated, so he's going back into the pit. Sully's going to be next. Sully, it's P2. He joins 4 thousandths between Sully and Tango, the 2 McLarens. Haas up next just to start a lap. Then we have got the Williams of Emerson then on his debut. Last night we had so many strange situations where we had drivers set identical times. We had 3 drivers setting identical times at once. See if we can repeat that tonight and see how close it is already. Emerson then takes P1 by a good 6 tenths as well. He's going to be a strong contender here today, isn't he, Emerson? Renault's up next. I think it's going to be Crooksy. He was just starting the lap, or might have just invalidated, I think, actually. As we see, I think that's Cowie coming across the line to start a lap. Serious Mushrooms coming up soon. As we see Bradfield coming into the pits in front. This is really, yeah, he's gone a little bit wider, he lost time. Horrible little section that. Oh, and he's invalidated there at penultimate corner. Will he come in the pits? Nope, he's going to go again. Serious Mushroom then for this run. He said he's going to struggle here today. And it's not a great start for him either, is it? Then got the Red Bull of Woods. Let's see what Woods can do. It's only P7, so he's at the bottom by quite a bit as well there for Woods. So he needs to find some more time there. I think Last night it was 1:15.9, wasn't even good enough to get through in the Championship. But it'll be even quicker than that today in the Premier League. Then got Haas crossing line. It's going to be Jay Story. He's up to P8 at 1:17.7. It's nowhere near the pace he's going to need to get through. Cowie's up next, and the man who's third in the standings. His performance has dropped off a little bit of late, but he was leading the stands at one time. I mean, Idenzo's resurgence has really not helped Cowie, but it'd be great if he could get a win today to put himself right back near the top. Let's see what Cowie does. It's P2. He's 2/10 off Emerson then. Great lap there from Cowie. Renault's up next. That's going to be Crooksy coming in the pits, then he invalidated again, unfortunately. So he's finding trouble early on then. Serious Mushroom, he is still on this lap. He didn't invalidate where he did last lap. See what sort of time it's going to be from Serious Mushroom. It's a decent lap. It's a 1:14.9. Second effort. It's a really decent effort. He's gone ahead of Bradfield, Liam, Woods and Jay Story. Sangos thinks coming in the pits, and he is. Not sure who that was behind him. Oh no, Tango's going again, I think. I think Tango's going again, is he? Yeah, he is. He's saved up for another lap. He's not got his DRS activated though. Sean's getting a slipstream from him. Sean is on a lap. We got Haas next to come across the line. It's Jay Story. He is going for another lap. Jay Story. He found more time on that lap. There we go. He took nearly a second. That's still quite a way off. Quite a lot of drivers staying in the pits
I'm
then.
going to have to go again, I think, at some point at the end.
Yeah, Bradfield saying he's going to have to go again. Obviously, I think a 1:14.9 might not even be safe at the moment. So only 10 drivers have set a lap so far. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. Anyway, Walker is next to set a lap. He might get a bit of a slipstream if his teammate helps him out. No, his teammate just gets right out of the way. Let's see what this Walker's all about then. Has he got the pace everyone seems to think he's got? Goes through the last couple of corners. Oh, he's lucky not to invalidate there. He got a lot of the curb. But he goes on, he crosses the line, and look at that. It's P2 for Walker. He's slightly off Emerson. So what, two new boys on their debut at the moment, a P1 and P2. Fantastic additions these are going to be, aren't they? As I think Sean just crossed the line. Well, no, I think it was... There you go. Sean's now crossed the line. P5. Great lap there from Sean. He's only a few temps off P1 there. His Racing Point teammate crossed the line just in front of him to start his lap. Tango on his... What's he doing? A race run here, Tango? I think he's doing race practice, haven't he? He's done 4 laps on these, and that's not a bad idea. His teammate Sully's crossed the line, going for another lap. We've got a Williams up next. That's Emerson on an out lap as well, so he's going again on the same soft tyres. Again, might be a bit of practice. Maybe he thinks he can get a bit more time as well. Crooksy's on an out lap then. Rick Dalton is on a lap, and his brother Idenzo. So they're the only 2 drivers on a lap at the moment. This is my worst. I said this last night, but this little sector 2, the left-right bit, that's my worst sector on the Formula 1 calendar. Sector 2 in Mexico. I can't get it together. Oh, Rick Dalton struggled for here as well. He doesn't look that quick as he locks up as well here. Rick Dalton, I think, is going to be struggling, and where we've got such a competitive field, it could be just one poor lap that could cost someone. Let's see what type of time Rick's going to do. It is only a 1:15.5, so someone who's been on the podium regularly the last few weeks. Rick Dalton only down 11th at the moment.
Yeah, he could do better than that.
And the man he's just overtaken Woods. He's just overtaken on the scoreboard and on the track. Woods coming out again. Idenzo then, he only did a 1:25.9, so he must have made a mistake and backed off. He is going again. Can we have someone break this Idenzo run then? 5 consecutive wins for Idenzo. Took the whole of October by himself, didn't he? Be great if we could see someone else take it today and really push him towards the last few races, and giving him a good fight at it for the title. Yeah, he's looking quick through here, isn't he? He's getting the braking zone right. I don't know how he does it. He brakes perfectly in time and still manages to get the pace. Oh, he's gone wide there. And he didn't invalidate, which is lucky. I think he did back out a little bit though, and that's why the game didn't invalidate it for him. It's time though, looking at the time compared to when I've seen others go through this part of the track, it is still looking really quick for my Denzo. Let's see how close it's going to be to the top two then. Idenzo, it's P2, he splits them, and look at that, it's 1,000th between Idenzo and Walker, 0.001 between Idenzo and Walker, but Emerson still in the lead then, as he's gone for another lap here too. Sully's on another lap, he's coming back in the pits though, he invalidated. We got Cowie taking an adventurous path there. Oh, what's happened there?
An instant there, I don't know.
And Alpha Tauri, let's have a look. Farf and Cowie have had an instant there.
Yeah.
Farf's on a lap, and he's got wing damage too. I'm not sure what happened between Farf and Cowie there. I mean, he said it's going to be close on the track in the race, but we've had an instant here in qualifying. I'm not sure it's given anyone a penalty or anything. But yeah, Farf and Cowie definitely, I'm sure, had it coming together there.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, they
Walker's retired the car in the pits. They did touch, same breath. We see Crooksy go up to P7 then. Good lap there from Crooksy. Let's move away from that then. Woods is on a lap. I'm not sure if he's in. Oh, Woods! Woods has smacked it into the wall, isn't he? Wow, he's lucky not to lose a wheel. It was at sector 2 again, wasn't it? As soon as we joined him, it was like we pushed him off. I've heard that he's gone for no traction lately, Woods. And that obviously hasn't helped, has it? I mean, obviously it'll get you a little bit more time if you master it, but he is spinning a little bit, isn't he? And he's very, like I say, he's very lucky not still to have 4 wheels on his wagon. He's coming back in the pits. He's got plenty of time though. He takes that bollard with him into the pits. Farf, Jake the Slayer and Chazzy yet set a time. Sully has retired in the pits. He thinks he's done all he can. Tango's retired as well. So those in the top 6 think that they're safe. Should think Crooksy and Sean should be safe there as well. Yeah, I think anyone below Serious Mushroom will be in trouble. It's a good lap from Serious Mushroom, considering he said he could be out in Q1. He is on an out lap, so he is going again. I think that's on the... Is it on the same set of tyres? No, it's not. There we go, he had it on best lap, that's why. So he's on another pair of fresh softs for Serious Mushroom. He's thinking he might as well use them. We saw last night, didn't we? But it was really strange because tyre wear around here is a really big problem. And everyone in the top 10 started on softs, didn't they? I thought everyone would go for the mediums, but they had to. We saw Crazy Bill went on softs, and it just chain reaction really. Everyone to get through to Q3 then had to put the softs on, and that did, I think, contribute towards the mixed up grid we had at the end of the race. As we see, Knowlesy, I think I was now crossing the line to start a lap, and then got Jake the Slayer coming across the line to start a lap. Alpha Tauri of Nightwing is going again, and he's a 10th.5 up then. And there we go, he said Nightwing might be the one to watch out for at Mexico. We're going to watch the rest of his lap, let's see what he can do. It's looking tidy from Nightwing. I'm sure he's going to improve here. How much by is the question? Only a 10th.5. Might be a big enough time difference to see him safety through as Siege goes up to P10 then. And again, look, it's only half a second between 1st and 10th. But Siege down in P10th, and that was, I think, a decent lap from him as well. Not sure he made any mistakes, we didn't see it of course, but Siege might be struggling around here then. As we see, who was that? Serious Mushroom has gone up to P5. It was, I think he was tricking us when he said he's going to be out here pretty early on. He's got pace round here, hasn't he? He's only 3 tenths off the top 2. I'm not sure if some of the bigger drivers higher up in the standings are hiding a bit of their time from us. But great lap there from Serious Mushroom. Both Mercedes then are in danger, aren't they? Rick Dalton, who's just started a lap. Bradfield, who is on an out lap as well. Knowlesy went up to P8. We missed that. It's 4 thousandths between him and Crooksy. He's about to see Renault. Jake the Slayer across the line. He must have been validated, so he's going to start the lap again. We've got Idenzo on an out lap, but he's going again. We're going to have a quick look into the comments then. Great lap by Emerson saying Shadows. Some steam still coming out from yesterday. Saying Nunda. Of course, Nunda didn't have a great performance yesterday. Managed to get up to P5 for not having as many penalties. But Nunda weren't too happy with yesterday. Brilliant lap by Walker saying Dylan. And Serious Mushroom saying Walker is fast. Anyway, yeah, Walker he does look incredibly fast. But his teammate Serious Mushroom looking good here today as well. As we're about to see, I think that's an Alpha Tauri up next. Is that going to be Farf? It is going to be Farf next to set a lap. Look how close, there's 5 tenths between 1st and 13th. Sean went up to 10th, by the way. I'm not sure if he's already there. And Farf is only 14th there for Farf then. So Farf could be in trouble too. Jake the Slayer. Oh, who's that? It's Woods. He's spun again, isn't he? He's a 10th.5 up. And then he's added another spin. And he's pulling off the track, getting out of the way, isn't he? I think it could be all over for Woods then. He needs to cool those tyres down and save up his fuel in the ERS to have one more bite of the cherry then. But Woods is in trouble. Rick Dalton says he's over a second down. There we go, he's just started his lap. Jay Bradfield then on another lap. He's invalidated, so I think he saved up enough. And he is going to be going again. Yes, he is. Chaz is the only one yet to set a lap. He's on his out lap. Pressure is on him then. And it's Bradfield in trouble. You can see the gap between Farf and Bradfield. That is the gap that could decide who goes out. But if Chaz improves, and if Rick improves like you'd expect, then Farf could be in trouble. So could Siege if they don't improve. Siege is in the pits, and he's now coming out. He's had to come out again. So he's only 13th at the moment, Siege. Not often you say that. Farf has invalidated then. I'm not sure if he's got enough to go again. He's low on fuel. Does he come in the pits? Yeah, Farf is in the pits, so I think Farf is done. He could be in trouble. And Bradfield's over a 10th down, according to this screen. Farf has retired in the pits, and yeah, he is all done. He can't improve anymore. Rick Dalton is half a second up. Let's see what Rick Dalton does as he crosses the line. It is 12th for Rick Dalton then. Not a fan, still not. Well, it's only half a second off P1. Obviously, it's a short track, so margins aren't going to be close. Pushes Liam down to 13th. Who is still in the pits, so Liam's done. Siege is in 14th. He could be in trouble. Far 15th and retired. There we go. Woods has retired. He's crashed the car in sector 2. Jake the Slayer's in the pits, so he's all done as well. Bradfield's in the drop zone. He's in the pits. Bradfield is out. Jake the Slayer's out. Woods is out. Jay Story and Chazza are the only two that can push out Farf at the moment then. And possibly Siege as well. Liam, yeah, and 13th and anyone up are safe. So Chaz is going through sector 2. Jay Story also through sector 2. You see Woods' car there just behind him. He's crashed. And Jay Story is struggling this season. He's down on his time as well, so it's not looking too good for him. Be good if he could improve his time at least, but it does look like he's going to be starting from the back row of the grid. And Crooksy's just gone up to P1, 1:14.0, so Crooksy's gone fast. It's great up there. Jay Story, he doesn't improve his time. He is in P19, and he did cross the line before the checkered flag because of the lead standings. And Sean goes up to P5. Oh, excuse me. So he might have another go at it. And Chazza is only up to P18, and Chazza then, he slowed down the car. He is out. I'm not sure if Jay Story's going to be going for it here or not, if he's got enough fuel. He looks like he's going for it. And he's up in the first sector. He needs to find over a second though, and I don't think he's going to. He's not. He's off the track. So Jay Story's out, then it's all done. So there we go. Farf and Siege, 14th and 15th. They survived in the end. Siege, in fact, is on another lap. He didn't need to go out in the end, but he is going for it. He's going to finish his lap as well. Where can Siege go? P2 for Siege, that's more like it from him. He obviously made a mistake on the first lap. So that's confirmation, and that was the gap that decided it, wasn't it? About 4 tenths between Farf and 15th and Bradfield in 16th. That was the margin in the end. So Bradfield and Jake the Slayer, our 2 last minute reserves, are out in P16 and 17. Chazza, he left it late, and that might have cost him because he's out in P18 is Chazza. Woods in P19. We saw him having a couple of spins and eventually crashed in sector 2 and lost his wheel. And then Jay Story's out in P20, who is over a second behind as well, so he's struggling for pace around here. Wouldn't it? Well, Chazza maybe a bit of a surprise going out in Q1, but of course in a field where there's so many quick drivers, of course there are going to be some that have to go out. But no huge shockers in the end then. At one stage it looked like Siege could be in trouble and Farf as well, but they are both safe, and just 7 tenths. Well, less than that even, 6.5 tenths separate from the leader to P15. Q2 is going to be interesting then. Anyone can go out in Q2 depending on the strategy. So we lost a Haas, a Williams, a Renault, a Mercedes and a Red Bull. And Rick Dalton as well, he managed to improve his time in the end, and that was important that he did so because I think he was below Bradfield, wasn't he? and that would have seen him go out. Serious Mushroom saying top 15 is close. It is unbelievably close. I wouldn't want to put money on who gets pole position today, but because any of them can easily. There we go, in confirmation of it. 1,000 between Idenzo and Walker. You'd be stupid to put a bet on who's going to get it here. No grid penalty for Cowie and no grid penalty for Far 5. I was just wondering because obviously I did have that collision. Didn't affect any of them in the end, so that's good to see. Serious Mushroom saying Walker as fast as Denzo, yeah. Denzo I think maybe holding back a little bit as well because we know his pace is unbelievable. I'm sure we will see times in the 113s at some point. Crooksy there as well with some surprising pace. Down in 10th in the standings, but he's setting some good times, isn't he? That's quicker than Siege, quicker than Emerson. It's just a matter of who absolutely went for it in that session and who's holding back. But we'll find out when we get through to Q3. Possibly even Q2, because they might have to put it out the bag here as well. There we go, Bradfield can watch with us as well. He can join us on the commentary now. He's not focusing on racing, he's starting in 16th. So, like I said, tyre wear around here is not good. So I should think people would want to start on the mediums. If you're starting on softs, you're guaranteeing a 2-stop around here. Unless something crazy happens, like last night we saw Ayrton do 22 laps on the mediums in the end, didn't we? But yeah, I think
I knew it'd be Idenzo coming out first.
Idenzo, it's not. It's Sean coming out first.
Is it?
It's usually Idenzo in the Racing Point, isn't it? Likes to come out first and steal the cameras, but it was crazy Bill last night as well. All Racing Point drivers, don't know if they got a little deal going on from their chat saying they got to get out first and get this pink thing on screens. But Sean is out first and he is on the meet. Oh, Rick Dalton's just joined. I didn't even know he left. But obviously I did send everyone 3 or 4 invites. Tango, in fact, I sent about 10 to because he always disconnects at some point, which is a shame. So yeah, Sean, Crooksy and Knowlesy all out at the moment, and they're all out on the mediums as well. Some others are saving it. We mentioned this issue last night. Even if you go on a harder tyre selection, it only gives you 1 set of mediums for quali. So if you're guaranteed and committed to go in for mediums for Q2, you might as well wait to the end when track evolution is at its best. Don't know why they do that, but that's Codemasters for you, isn't it? There we go, Sean. Quick out lap it's been, isn't it, really? But he's now slowing down. Saving up, ready to start his lap, and everyone has gone to the mediums, haven't they, in the pits? Apart from Rick, Farf and Siege, he might still change yet. Here you go then, Sean's getting all the temperature in his tyres, and he's going to put the hammer down now. Here goes Sean and the Racing Point. We'll take you through a lap, whole lap. Falling moments quickly saying he messed up in tight left sector 3 and lost 3/10. He still would have been out by a 10th. Yeah, he's saying his times are incredibly quick, aren't they? So here he goes in deep braking zone. Eventually turns right and he's got a sweep back left. And you take a wide line there to get as much speed as you can going down towards turn 3 DRS zone. It's turn 4 actually, this is actually. Again a little left-hander, another little right-hander. If you don't want to go too far left here, and Sean's managed it really well, because if you go too far left there it can invalidate. Again, you want to sweep past, clip both apexes. Rick's gone for mediums as well. Now this is the bit I can't stand, and Sean can't stand that bit either because he's invalidated. Just went 4 wheels off, and that's it. That invalidates your lap. So let's go to who was next then. Oh, Knowlesy. Knowlesy's had a spin. So Knowlesy in trouble then, down in it's sector 2. Oh, and he's tried to turn there and he's spun it again. He needs to cool those tyres down, Knowlesy. And he's just doing 360s at the moment. Needs to get the car under control. He eventually has. Ferrari's cost a lot. And Tango's left the session. There we go. That's the first time. Sean's getting away with Idenzo, who's on an outlap. And then got the Renault of Crooksy. There we go. Crooksy, I think, is going to be first to set a lap. Clips the left-hander perfectly. Crooksy's got a lot of pace around here, isn't he? He showed that in Q1. I think Knowles, he's had another spin. Crooksey then comes across the line. It's a 1:15.2 on the mediums for Crooksey, and that's a good time for medium tyres. The gap between mediums and softs here is huge. But of course, there's the tyre wear. So that is where it does lose its advantage. We've got Rick Dalton out on mediums, and no one is out on softs yet. It does say Siege and Farther on softs, but they're still in the pits. I think it's then a Ferrari. Is it Liam? It's not Liam, that's Cowie. That's Cowie on the lap then. Invalidated, unfortunately, Cowie has, so he's gonna... Is he gonna go again? He's coming in the pits. Knowlesy's next, but of course he's coming in the pits after his instance, so it is Liam next. We might as well just stay with Liam. Liam then on the mediums. Can he get close to Crooksey's time? It's going to be hard. And he's 4 tenths off Crooksey's time. I'm not sure that's going to be enough from Liam. Next up is going to be the Racing Point Idenzo. He's invalidated his time. Sean in front of him there as well. Sean is on his second lap. I think Idenzo is moving out of the way for him. Let's see what Sean can do. He's quite a way off. It's only a 1:16.3 for Sean. He might have to go on softs to get through because he's already done 2 laps on those medium tyres. Next up we've got Sully in the McLaren then. Yeah, Siege just put the mediums on 2. Sully crosses the line. P2 for Sully. Good lap there. He's only a 10th off Crooksey. Less than a 10th in fact. Rick Dalton's invalidated his time. You really don't want to invalidate Ramsey on those mediums, especially in Q2, because this is going to be the set of tyres you start the race on, and the more you invalidate, the more laps you're going to have to do on them. The less laps you'll be able to do in the race. Next up is going to be the AlphaTauri Nightwing, who is also invalidated his time. Invalidate City here, isn't it? Liam's next on his in lap. They've got Idenzo. Oh, he's looking slidey, isn't he, Idenzo? He nearly lost it there. Again, it might just be a race like we saw last night with Ayrton. Whoever gets the less penalties and whoever keeps it the cleanest could win the race. And Ayrton did that fantastically last night, and this is what the Premier League drivers need to do tonight. It's not all about the sheer pace here. Idenzo then, I think this is going to be a good lap from him. It's looking good, isn't it? What can he do? It's a 1:15.0 then for Idenzo. He goes P1 pretty comfortably on the mediums, on his second lap on them as well. Emerson's on his out lap. He's now going to start. Tango, I think that's Sully actually, and he's in that behind. We've then got the Haas of Siege on out lap. Nightwing's invalidated again. So I don't think we've actually got anyone on the lap apart from Emerson, who's just crossed the line to start his lap. Have a little look in the comments then. We got Serious Mushroom saying Drake the Slay is still quick, and absolutely he still is. Vintage in the comments. Our League 1 admin saying even lads, so everyone as well. What have I missed? You have missed Bradfield, Jake the Slayer, our 2 reserves for tonight, going out in Q1, as well as Chazza, who's Emerson's teammate in the Williams, and Woods, who had a couple of spins and eventually crashed in Q1, the Red Bull, and also it's Jay Story in the Haas that is going to be starting last. That's what you've missed. Both Red Bulls having problems, them spinning around here. I thought Red Bull was meant to be the car that has the most downforce, but obviously not. Of course the cars are on equal anyway, but we do have some drivers say that even though it's on equal, the car has certain tendencies. Emerson then is looking so tight. He's tidy through every corner. He's quick out of the corners as well. Doesn't slide at all, does he? There we go. Absolutely perfect. This is looking... Oh, he slid a little bit there. Lost the rear a little bit for the last corner. Is he close to Idenzo? He's just over a 10th off Idenzo, but P2 for Emerson. Decent lap there. And I think put into perspective how quick those laps from Crooksey and Sully were as well, because they're very close to Idenzo and Emerson. Next across the line is going to be Alfa Romeo Serious Mushroom, just to start another lap though, unfortunately, as he invalidated first time round. Then got, I think that's Tango crossing the line. P2 for Tango. Well then, Tango in Mexico. P2 looking really good. Next up is going to be, I'm not sure who that is, I can't see the colour of the car. That's pink. There we go, it's Racing Point now coming in. Then got another Alfa Romeo, it's Walker. Missed the apex coming to the final corner, that could have cost him a 10th or 2. But Walker crosses the line, it's P6 for Walker. That might not, I don't think that's going to be enough for him on the mediums then, as Cowie behind goes up to P4. So it's straight away down to 7th for Walker. Mercedes up next, Rick Dalton to start his lap. We got Williams of Emerson. I think he's just on an in that blow, not too far behind. Yep. Serious Mushroom is going again. He set his fantastic time in Q1 on his second attempt, didn't he? After invalidating the first time round, so see if he can do the same thing on these mediums. I do think we're going to have some drivers have to turn to the softs though, aren't we? Serious Mushroom, what can he do? P9, there we go. He's only 7 tenths off P1, but it's only P9 for Serious Mushroom then. As we're on fitted, aren't we? So have a look at Best then. So Siege, he's now out on the softs then. He knows he might struggle to get through on the mediums. I'm not sure if he came out. Nightwing looking to the softs, so is Farf. Both AlphaTauri drivers. Farf's now going out. Rick Dalton's the only driver, I think, on a lap. He is on the medium tyres. He hasn't set a lap yet. He looked to struggle in Q1, didn't he? He wasn't up there like he normally is. Let's see what Rick can do. He's glitching a little bit. It's looking really slidey, so it's hard to tell what line he's taken. Let's see what Rick can do then. He crosses the line. It's only P10 for Rick then, so he's not like in Mexico, is he? And I think he could be in danger, and I think he will have to put the softs on to get through, as will TTG Sean, as he's down in P11 then. Siege setting purple sectors on the softs like you'd expect. You'd expect him to be about a second quicker than Idenzo, being on the soft tyres. This is a chain reaction we saw last night. One driver put the softs on, and that was it. The next driver in danger put them on, and they just kept going up and up and up until the end. In the end, all 10 ended up putting the softs on, and it caught Argentina out because he got knocked out. Our championship leader. Sijan is looking a very tidy lap. I'm sure he's going to be comfortably through once he sets it. And about second clear in P1. Let's see exactly what time it's going to be. Can he break into the 113s for Siege? Let's have a look. It's a 114.1, so he's still a little bit off, but still a good enough time. Then we're going to see. Not sure who. It's an AlphaTauri. Is that an AlphaTauri? There we go. It was an AlphaTauri. Nightwing just to start his lap. His teammate Farf is on an out lap. Rick Dalton's on a slow lap. Liam, he is on another lap then. And we'll have a look at fitted tyres. There we go. So Liam is on the same set of mediums. Walker's on the same set of mediums. Walker's about to cross the line. It looks like he's going to improve his time as well. Walker, he improves. He goes up to P6. He improves by 1/10 and a half. And that pushes Crooksy and Sully down then. Cowie's got the softs ready in the pits should he need them. Walker's definitely still in danger there. Liam then, where is he? He's going through sector 2. He's 2.5 tenths up, and he is on the mediums as well, so this is looking good for Liam. Although he is still 2.5 tenths away from P8, so even if he improves by a couple of tenths, he might still be down in 9th. We'll see what Liam can do then. He goes through the final right-hander. And he comes across the line, and it is still P9. Did improve only by 1/10 in the end. He lost time in sector 3. And Liam again, he will have time to come around and put softs on if he wants to do that. As we see Farf now starting his lap. He is on mediums as well. His teammate's about to cross the line, but unfortunately he's invalidated. So Nightwing's going to have to go again. And Nightwing, who I mentioned, could be really quick round here today. He's having problems setting the lap, isn't he? So Siege, yeah it is Siege, sorry. Siege is about to come into the pits. He's done it. Only driver to set his time on the soft so far then, as we look back on best tyres. So there we go. Knowlesy then, I'm not sure if he's coming out yet or not. Nightwing's on his lap. Farf is on his lap then as he goes through sector 2. He got an Alfa Romeo further down. I think that's Walker just coming in. Yeah, there we go. He's on a slow lap. He's not going to be improving. He cuts the corner. I think he'll come into the pits. He might need to do that, in fact, cut a couple of corners to get in the pits in time to put the soft tyres on, if he wants to do that. He might prefer take the risk and then start maybe outside the top 10 on the slower tyres to begin with. Nightwing and Farf will follow them. Farf's going to be next to set his time on the medium tyres. Let's see what Farf can do. He comes across the line, and it's a slower lap from Farf. He's only P13. It's a 1:16.6. I think Farf might be going again straight away though. Nightwing then, he's going to get a time set on these soft tyres as well. What sort of time is it for Nightwing? It's a 1:14.6, comfortably in P2, but he is half a second off Siege, although he has been on those tyres for a couple of laps, hasn't he? So Nightwing's looking good to get through, although it is committing to a 2-stopper really though, isn't it? Emerson's on an outlap. He is going again on the mediums. He might need to cover himself if more drivers do go to the softs. However, look at it, so many drivers on these mediums are happy with their laps and they're just going to stick to it in the pits. There we go, Liam's retired in the pits, Crooksy's retired in the pits, they're not going again. It's complete opposite to what we saw last night, isn't it? When everyone decides to go for the soft and they'd rather the track position. There we go, Walker's retired in the pits as well. So they don't want to go for the softs, they'd rather risk starting outside the top 10. Serious Mushroom and Rick are out as well. They're out in P11 and P12, could be even worse yet for them. They aren't coming out again. Sean is coming out in the softs. Farf is invalidated, so I'm not sure he's saving up for one more go at it. And Knowlesy has started a lap on the soft tyres. He comes down the straight now. I think Sully's on a lap too. Sully's on the softs. 3 cars below him, can't improve, so he might have a chance of getting through on the mediums anyway. But Cowie and above. Cowie's come out on softs, but he won't know that he's safe. So yeah, anyone in the top 6 are guaranteed to be safe, as we've got 5, 6 cars that can't improve again. Yeah, Farf came in the pits, so Farf is out as well. It's only Sean and Knowlesy that can improve then, and they're both on soft tyres. So it's Sully and Liam in danger. And because Sully's on a quick lap as well, it could be Crooksy in danger here. So Crooksy, after that strong Q1 performance, he could be out here. As long as all 3 drivers on the soft set their times, I think that'll be Crooksy out. Liam's definitely in trouble. Let's see what Sully does then as he comes through the final turn. He slows down, he's risking it. Sully's risking it, so Crooksy's safe. Sully risks it and stays. He comes into the pits, he doesn't want to set the time on the softs. Sean's 4 temps up. Knowlesy's going to be next to set his time. What can Knowlesy do? I'm sure he's going to be comfortably through. It's only P10 for Knowlesy on the softs, so Sully definitely is safe. Knowlesy knocks Liam out, but Sean here has invalidated. So Knowlesy's safe. Sean invalidated on the softs. I'm sure he didn't need to really. So Knowlesy, after that poor lap for soft tyres, he does scrape through in the end, knocking Liam out. Sully made a fantastic decision there last minute to abandon his lap and come into the pits because he is through on the mediums. Good decision there. Sean will start down in 14th. We'll take a proper run through in a second then. So they're the guys that are through. Out then a Farf in 15th on the mediums. All went for the mediums, they didn't go for it on the softs, apart from Sean, who did invalidate his lap on the softs. So Farf will start 15th, Sean in 14th, Rick in 13th, Serious Mushroom 12th. I'm sure that's better than what he'd have expected today. And Liam in 11th then as well. So Knowlesy, Sully, Crooksy, Walker, Cowie, Tango, Idenzo, Emerson, Nightwing and Siege going through to Q3 then. Siege, Nightwing and Knowlesy will be the only ones starting on the softs, the rest on the mediums. Have a quick look into the comments then. We got ALR Vintage saying thanks mate, nice recap. Not looking like there's a lot of grip out there. Yeah, a couple of cars have been sliding a little bit, haven't they? It's sunny though as well, so I think the tyre wear is going to be even more harsh on these guys. Serious Mushroom saying had to go again, that parked car put me right off. What parked car was that?
I don't know.
See what he says. Not sure we picked it up. Obviously if you've got footage of it you can have a look. Get our spectator menu set up then. This is what I love, Q3 of the Premier League. I know probably annoys people how much I go on about it, but this is when you can see the true pace of everyone, isn't it? All going to absolutely bang out those soft tyres. They're going to go for it. Don't care about the tyre life of these tyres as well. Just get to see everyone go for it. Love it. Emerson's first out then. Walker close behind him. Be fantastic to see what they can do. Idenzo's there as well. Is Idenzo's usual pole position at Fretland? He's got more poles than anyone else this season, isn't he? Idenzo. And I'm sure he'll be worried by the 2 new boys today reserving. Everyone's going out, aren't they? Cowie's going now, coming out the pits as well. What about Knowlesy? Knowlesy's the only driver still in the pits, I think. Bit of a traffic jam forming. Knowlesy scraped through, didn't he? In the end, with no soft tyres. So we got, I think it's only McLaren that got both their cars through. And there's no Mercedes through. So yeah, we've got one Williams, we've got one Haas, we've got one Alfa Romeo, we've got one Alfa Tauri, we've got one Renault, one Ferrari, one Racing Point. There we go, yeah, we've got one of each car. And Red Bull there. One of each car apart from both McLarens through. At the expense of Mercedes. Which is Rick Dalton and Bradfield, of course. So McLaren looking good for the constructors then, aren't they? Today. And then Emerson, here we go, he started his lap then. Let's go on board with Emerson, let's see what he can do. Rest of they've all spread out across the track now as well. Won't get any traffic. Emerson as well. Knowlesie's also on his out lap now. And Knowlesie has got to get out of the way of everyone. Yeah, he has. He's going to do that sensibly, I'm sure. Emerson has a 27.9 and Walker's invalidated already. He's invalidated already going through sector 1. So that's a shame there for him, isn't it? I'm not quite sure what went on. I'm sure we'll see cars in the 113s then in this session. They're very close to it in Q1. I'm sure they'll be going for it even more now. As Emerson, I just don't know how he does it. It's like he's got it on automatic. It's like he's paused it and he's let the AI take over, but he's still got so much pace. That's how clean